Professor Juan was tormented with love. Tired of committing carnal excesses, he opted for radical continence. He was tired of not being able to see women without wanting them. Whether they were fellow teachers, his students, or friends of his girlfriend, Argelia. He did not fall into the punishment imposed by the philosopher Democritus of depriving himself of his sight so as not to see the object of his lust. He was sure of achieving self-control to concentrate on the only love that kept him awake at night. He did not promise to reach the sublime chastity of Hippocrates or Saint Anthony possessed by the gift of celibacy. He only limited himself to committing himself to be faithful to Algeria, the woman with whom he was in love. Without her having the slightest suspicion, he had been unfaithful to her on several occasions. But the great fear of losing her, if the girl found out, frightened him so much that to his regret he chose the path of moral rectitude. A couple of years went by. Juan proposed to her and they had a beautiful relationship, not without ups and downs, nor devoid of misunderstandings, as usually happens in love relationships. But they had the maturity to overcome them and understand each other thanks to the love that united them. However, with the passage of time, already advanced in years, graying, but with his libido still awake, salaciousness came back to haunt him. The torment, this time more passionate than loving, besieged him with furry and unhealthy tenacity. Now his heart was burning for Rosa, a high school student of his who could pass for his granddaughter. He deceived the still adolescent by resorting to crude tricks, taking advantage of the naivety of her young age. He failed her in her biology classes despite the fact that the girl had studied and passed the exam, all to propose that she be alone with him after class, with the alleged purpose of providing her with free regularization classes aimed at passing the extraordinary exam of the failed subject. The little girl, saddened and frustrated by her inexplicable failure, accepted the offer of her teacher, with whom she began to take the classes that he offered her with apparent generosity and disinterest. Quickly he gained the trust of the girl, who after a few lessons fell in love with the cunning, libidinous old man. With that weakness that flooded her heart and mind, the teenager was easy prey for Juan, a skilled and experienced seducer. Made his own, the exploited and shameless professor repeated the perverse dose of abusive sex, imbued with false love that the girl could not discern. So much was the pitcher in the well that Rosa became pregnant. As soon as she found out about the mishap, Juan, who enjoyed a lot of seniority and influence in the high school, defamed her before the school authorities and categorically denied the paternity of the child. Despite the angry complaints of the girl's parents, the principal of the school expelled the unfortunate girl. Argelia had no idea what had happened until many years later. One bustling day of dark clouds, when the now octogenarian Juan was walking his dog near his house, a teenage boy chased him, and when he reached the corner, he hit his head as hard as he could with a baseball bat. Juan fainted and died ipso facto. The dog pounced on the boy, who was enraged, and in response hit the dog so hard that the animal walked away, howling badly wounded. The boy, according to his statement to the police, was Rosa's son and had met Juan in a photo. From his mother, he had learned the victim's address, then coldly planned the homicide, and finally perpetrated the cunning crime in revenge for Juan's infamy with his mother. The boy was arrested and frequently visited by Rosa during the 10 years of his confinement in a juvenile prison. Algeria cried storms at first, but when she learned about John's abject behavior, she was so deeply disappointed that she soon died.